All right, so we have a little treat for you. So this is a coaching call from the Agency Owners Association. This is a group that Neil and I have for agency owners to help you grow faster. So if you're in the agency space, you are a services business, this is applicable to you. It's a little preview of a call. It's probably 10, 15 minutes or so, and you get a sense for what it looks like to be in the group. If you want to learn more about the group, you can go to marketingschool.io/agency. Again, it's marketingschool.io/agency. Hope you enjoy the episode.
How much of the business as you see it right now in the next, let's say 12 months is going to have some component of AI integrated into it? Like all of it or 50% to make it more efficient?
On the marketing side, I see a lot. I've been using Clay for also outreach by doing scaling outreach and research, data enrichment to fine tune the audience and the people we reach out to. On the coding end, my folks, some folks have been, not everyone's been, some people still like to hand crank everything, but some of my team members, they're able to, more than 10x their productivity with, the tools like Copilot and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of apps like that. I think everybody's trying to figure out how to implement AI into their products. And it's not always generative AI. It could be just features where AI is making it easier and giving more visibility into their product. Like we use a product called Waybook for onboarding employees. It's kind of like a Notion kind of thing, but they're rolling out AI where, like, I have a new employee in California, it'll spin up a California employee handbook. And then we can edit it then and do that. So it's using AI to kind of help with the workflow that would normally, hey, I need a handbook or an employee handbook for this state. Can you upload it? Now it's doing it for you, kind of thing. So I'm seeing more and more of that kind of implementation of AI into the product workflow with a lot of the different tools that we use.
Super cool. Any other like tools or new discoveries that anyone would like to share this week? Noman, I saw you unmuted yourself.
Yeah,
go
ahead. I just had a quick question. It's like, just kind of what people are using for, doing follow-ups with leads and prospects, like what tools people are using. I'm trying to find things that work within the Google Workspace. So if there's any ideas people have, I'd love to hear it.
I use a human. It's been a great unlock for me. Like, as we speak, if I were to look at my inbox, things are being followed up on right now while I'm at this meeting. Yeah, just have an EA.
Yeah. Is that offshore or is that
offshore? Yeah, offshore, but they work US hours.
How do you manage security, I guess? Is there any sensitive information they get access to? Or no?
Well, this is not like this is essentially like an offshore employee, a remote employee. Yeah, they have a salary. They have access. They have a seat in HubSpot. They have their own email to do follow-ups. And for LinkedIn, they remote into a machine that's the LinkedIn is logged in as me, and sometimes that gets logged out. I remote into that machine, do my two-factor authentication, but then they use LinkedIn on my behalf there too.
Share the IP. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So they just remote desktop into that machine. Yeah. So they don't actually have my LinkedIn login, and even if they didn't, they wouldn't be able to log in, without the two-factor authentication.
Yeah. Okay.
Noman, you might want to look at a tool called Salesforza with the Z. I haven't personally used it. It was kind of pitched to me. It's kind of a CRM for Google Workspace, and it's kind of has that mail merge built-in auto follow up using Google Workspace. But I'm just pointing there. I can't vet. I haven't vetted it for you. So, but Sales Forza. I'll see if I'll put a link to a video, like a quick 1 minute or 2 minute video that explains it. And oops, no, that's not it. Oh,
That'd be great.
What I was going to say too, guys, if you're not already an addict, an AppSumo addict, AppSumo is a great marketplace for agency owners, to be, if you're on the forefront of tools and you get a lifetime usually offering to software that's pretty new. It's kind of not fully out in the marketplace yet. I look at it like buying crypto a little bit. It's kind of like I'm buying it very at the bottom, and then about a year later, it's like really cruising along. We got Zapier years ago, full lifetime to Zapier that came through AppSumo. So I've been a long time AppSumo user. I've probably spent thousands of dollars on software, but it's paid off because it's like being a VC. Every once in a while, you'll land ones that are real, and it allows you to play with them, obviously, because you get 60 days for free. Not free, you pay for it, but you get 60 days. If you don't like it, you can return it. But we've bought about 5 AI chatbots, when AI chatbots were coming out there, and that just really allowed us. We have lifetime unlimited chatbots, so we use them as demos to demo wow people, and then we convert them to like a voice flow full AI chatbot kind of commercial system kind of thing. So you'll find ways to use it. But if you haven't used AppSumo, become a member and check it out.
Good recommendation, Kevin. For sure. Always being on the forefront. Okay. Awesome. Thank you for all the shares. I'm making sure to note everything here, and I'm definitely going to post all those in the community.
I got to take a minute to tell you about the Agency Owners Association. This is a peer group for agency owners. Think YPO or EO, but for agency owners. And I just wanted to read you a couple of testimonials. So this first one comes from Carrie, and we asked her, what do you like most about the group? She said, having a group of people to discuss and bounce ideas. The leads are great too. Yes, we share leads in this group as well. This one from Alian, he says, the ability to really post whatever I want and need, and the group responds. Great experienced members, getting a lot of insights from conversations with other members, getting a lot of value from sessions from Eric, getting advice from others as well. And so if you want to grow your agency faster and you want a peer group to do so, just go to marketingschool.io/agency. This is a group that both Neil and I created, and our hope here is to create a vibrant community of agency owners and do a lot more with it in the future. So again, marketingschool.io/agency, and we'll see you inside.
Something I thought might be fun today is to, if anyone has like a main challenge or an idea that they have, to do like a hot seat sort of a session. I'll pull up a timer, and the way that I've done these before is whoever's in the hot seat gets 2 minutes to explain their challenge or their idea. And at the 2-minute mark, other people are allowed to jump in. And then after that 2 minutes is up, there's a 10-minute window where everybody can ask questions, share relevant experience. The goal is to either solve the challenge with experience or an idea, or to take the idea and to 10x it. So just bring it to life, make it way bigger. And then at the end of 10 minutes, there's a 1-minute period that's kind of like a transition phase or like a recap phase or a tie-up phase. And then whoever has the next one will immediately start with the next 2 minutes. So with the time we have, we'll only be able to do about 2 of them. But if somebody has like a main challenge that they're looking to solve right now, or an idea that they're kind of toying around with and want to take it off the ground, that would be awesome. Does anyone have something that comes top of mind? All right, Peck raised his hand. So let me pull up a timer here really quick. And that way we can, whenever you add the time aspect to anything, it always makes it more fun, I think. 2 minutes. Peck, you ready?
Sure, 2 minutes.
Okay, here we go. Ready
All
to
right,
go.
so we found that referrals work, and referrals are probably are still number one source of revenue. So I've intentionally started a referral program. We hand crank it today. I'd like to scale that. It's currently about 20% of our revenue. It's a very aggressive and generous referral program. It's like 10% first year revenue. Our clients are, we look for big ticket clients. So I'm curious, love any thoughts on how we would scale this. Ideally, I would like, right now it's about 20% of our revenue. Ideally, I'd like to flip that to make it 80% of our revenue so that it's not, that makes the business much more interesting in terms of it's, customers coming in not through, our own actions, but being referred. So I'm curious if anybody had some thoughts on how they would approach this. Any questions that follow up on that I can answer?
I think that's it. Let's start with the 10 minutes.
So Peck, just kind of real quickly repeat that. Like, what are you wanting out of that? You want?
Yeah, I'd love to think like how, if referrals today is 20% of our revenue, how do we, and it's manual, hand crank, like me and my EA will follow up on referral partners. Hey, you're working on this, how's that going? You were going to introduce us to these people. How's that going? I'm curious to see how make this referral program much wider reaching, much broader, get more participation. Right now it's mostly from my network. What if we, maybe is it possible to try to treat this as almost like an affiliate type thing where just people they don't even know, but maybe they learn about Impeccable and see if they want to be a referral partner. But just any thoughts on how we would scale a referral partnership?
I kind of have helped this with the client, and what we did is we kind of used we created like not a newsletter but communication with all the referral partners, and we shared case studies or use cases of successful referrals. Basically, we kind of took them through the journey, like, hey, want to just announce that this month we worked with this partner and here's the journey that we went through. Because some people get stuck through the journey. They don't know where to make the introduction or just dump it off. Are they part of the journey with, through the thing? So the more you can help people understand that full journey that they're going to go on, I think creates FOMO too. The outcome is like, hey, now we both have more business together, and what's the outcomes that are there. Most people we find take 3 to 5 of those before they start to jump on board, but you're subliminally injecting success stories into it, and people want to be part of successful journeys. It's kind of scary for people that have never done it. They probably have people, but they just don't know what that looks like. Is there going to be any awkwardness in their relationship too? So we try to address those kind of questions that come up. So that's something that we found has worked. I haven't done it for myself personally, but that was something we did with a client, and it worked really well.
Yeah. So Austin asked, what's your process like now? So we identify folks who I pitch it to people. I look at their connections. I have a sales navigator so I can see if they're well connected, see if they're interested. I schedule a meeting with them. I kind of give them the overview, the TLDR. If they're interested, we do a lot of the heavy work lifting for them, where I'll go, my team will go into Sales Navigator, look at like their connections and say, hey, these people are a good fit. We schedule another call where we go through those connections because they've already expressed interest. They want to go with this. So they want that hand holding. So I go through the list and say, hey, who do you know well? And we start stack ranking those, the list I put together. And if they don't know them well at all, we just throw those away or cross them out and then think, oh, I went to college as this one. This was my ex-coworker. Oh, hey, this was my roommate, blah, blah, blah. Okay, they would totally take calls with that. And then, we usually if they ask, oh, how should we talk about Impeccable? We have case studies, we have decks, we have, have a Google Doc with talking points. So we have the partner playbook that I give them access to. And then when they have a question, I just real time answer it in the document so that it's always like this document that has tons of answers. The bottleneck in the process, well, I guess, thinking about what Kevin said, right? Like sharing some people are more engaged than others. I kind of find this even within the referral partner list, right? There's like an 80-20 rule where some partners, they say they're interested and then they realize, oh man, this is a lot of work to follow up on these. At first it sounds like good money, but then it's like, okay, I gotta actually do some emailing and contacting. So it's like an 80-20. Some people 20% are engaged. We usually try to schedule meetings, 2 to 3 weeks out to say, hey, okay, you said you were going to talk to these people. How's that going? How it's actually played out is some people, they kind of just fall off and they don't respond much. And then even the people who refer, they're not always engaged. So like successfully refer. So some of my most successful partners, I mean, I haven't talked to one of them since May, but they're getting checks. They'll email me, or like, oh, I refer, hey, because they successfully referred. The only time they contact me is like, hey, where's that check? I was like, okay, well, we're still waiting for the client to pay us. So it's kind of weird that way. Yeah. But does that other than financial, yeah, maybe status. Yeah, we don't have a leaderboard or gamification. We have added more milestone rewards to incentivize more quick wins to kind of gamify it a bit. So in the past, I don't know, 2-3 months, we now added a 250. Like if you say this person, we said this is an ICP for us, ideal customer. We say, hey, I'd love an intro to this person. They make that intro. If that person takes a meeting, we will pay $250 for that. So, and then we tell the referrer immediately saying, hey, they took the meeting, we need to pay you $250. So some people, that is like a quick win for them where they see some immediate value. Yeah.
I don't have anything productive to tell you because it sounds, everything you're talking about is so good. All my stuff just has to do with automation and, website pages and stuff like that. And I'm sure you've thought about this in your personal work one-on-one with these people. You'd have to find somebody as good as you to help you do exactly right things. I mean, what you're describing is very good, in my opinion. It's just the problem is you, right? You're only one human. Yeah. No, I don't mean to be discouraging or anything. I think it's great. This is not what you're looking for. I'm sticking in the chat, but it's a referral program on a tool that I'm actively participating in, and I've been really impressed with what they've done. I don't know if there'll be anything inspirational in there.
No, right now it's hand crank, so there's no tool or automation. So I don't know of yeah, I'd love to see. Oh, this looks like it's a HubSpot form. But yeah, any other good patterns where there's some automation or stuff, I think would be great.
Yeah.
We don't even have a partner referral page, so that's one.
I mean, it's the page, and so I go down the HubSpot template and sequences route, not into the automation of the email, but more long format email where like maybe you're providing information for the case study, and here's how, I think Kevin was talking about FOMO or whatever. Here's what other people have done with this. We're really interested in expanding our whatever. Here's, these longer emails rather than this short, like, buy my thing. And so, I mean, I have had success with that, just totally flipping the script on these stupid little short nasty emails. I think Kevin was talking about them, but as I go to my traditional tools, so I'm a wreck sometimes.
Yeah. The FOMO does definitely work. It's not an email form, but when I pitch it and I say, hey, some of our partners, this is what they're making. And, compared to, this would be
1 minute.
very transformational in terms of kind of where, if they have a successful referral, this would be decent non-trivial revenue for them where, I wouldn't say it's 100% passive, but once, that introduction is made and these people buy, they're just collecting checks. But communicating that as an email and dripping that, I think, and keeping them that excitement, right? Versus just the initial pitch. I think that's important. We don't do today.
I think Matt had something to chime, maybe. Matt, if you're still there, a couple seconds left.
Yeah. I cannot do it in 9 seconds though. So.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so this is Matt, and I'm new to the group, so I just wanted to say hello. I'm the founder of Alphamatic, and we are in Miami. And I would just say that you're looking at different groups of referrals. The best referrals are client referrals, former clients or current clients. When you think about agency partners, these are very transactional referrals. This is what you seem to be focused on. I would say that, again, you just have to be transactional. You have to, give to get. You have to offer financial incentives. That's what you're kind of already doing. But I would encourage you to look at clients and former clients. One strategy that is somewhat, at scale that I've tested is to send out a survey to your clients. And this could be, with the way we kind of approached it, it was a client satisfaction survey. Okay, so are you enjoying working with Alphamatic? Are you happy with results? Yada, yada, yada. And you can just use Google Forms. We just use Google Forms and whatnot. And then we would put a question, how likely are you to refer Alphamatic to other clients? And first off, what this would trigger, it would trigger you being top of mind. Oh, maybe I should refer Alphamatic. I didn't think of it. Next time they speak to somebody, you might be top of mind. But also it will give you an indication that a client is likely to refer you. So you could call up the client, hi, Bob, I noticed that, really appreciate, first and foremost, that you would even think about referring Alphamatic. It's really flattering. I would love to be able to maybe offer you a discount on, maybe 1 month free of service or 50% of 1 month if you refer a client and this client stays with us for 3 to 6 months. So you can still offer some incentive, obviously, with clients. It's a little bit different. Former clients, you can use it this way as well. And then your employees are a source of referral as well. So, you can talk to your employees. And the way I try to approach it, and we've had great clients that our own employees referred, we offer a financial incentive that is, as long as they work with Alphamatic, they still getting that financial payments. And I encourage them. I look at the clients you used to work with, look at people you went to school with. I try to send them to conferences. We print business cards for them, and sort of empowering that group. I think the client group and the employee group is way more efficient in terms of time spent, in my view, than going after sort of like other agencies that are very transactional, and it's sort of like you don't really have an edge in a lot of these situations, unless you build great partnerships that can work as well. But I hope that this is useful. I don't know if anybody has any feedback.
This is very
Awesome,
useful.
Matt.
Yeah, I think this is. Yeah, the employee thing is promising. I'm glad to. You're not the first person to say this, and yeah.
Cool. I'm glad.
Awesome, guys. Pac, what out of all those, is there a string that you'd like to pull to maybe unravel that challenge moving forward?
Well, I think there's a few action items on my end. The easy ones is starting to share those stories at scale instead of during waiting to have that reconnect meeting to share those stories and just say, hey, this month, this client, these clients, these referrals partners made, kind of call them out, right? And maybe share some wins so that it inspires them. And then on the employee side, I think, when maybe bringing it up on one-on-ones. In fact, right after this call, I have a one-on-one. So I was just gonna, as Matt was talking, I was like, oh, I should, pull on that thread and see if the employee would be interested. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.